are going to start with the first organelle of the endomembrane system, that is endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is the network of membranes. Right? It is also called as system of membranes. This organelle connects the nuclear membrane with plasma membrane, right? And this is the organelle which divides intracellular space into two compartments, right? Which are those two compartments? One is intraluminal compartment and other is extraluminal compartment. Yes? So endoplasmic reticulum is a network of membranes, right? Which means the organelle itself is made up of large number of membranes, right? It is a membrane bound organelle. It is also called as system of membranes. It connects the nuclear membrane with the plasma membrane. So it is spread extensively, right? Once we will draw the diagram, we will understand it, how it connects nuclear membrane with the plasma membrane. And because it is made up of membranes, right? When there are membranes, there is lumen inside it, right? So because it is extensively spread within the cell, it divides the cell, the cytoplasm of the cell, into two parts. That is intraluminal, that is the part which is present within the lumen of endoplasmic reticulum, and the part which is present outside endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum gives rise to Golgi body and vacuoles. So if a question is asked, from where is Golgi body arising, from which organelle, or from which organelle vacuoles are arising, the answer will be endoplasmic reticulum. This organelle itself is giving rise to a new organelle. It is the precursor of a new organelle. It consists of three components, right? So it consists of three components. Which are the three components of endoplasmic reticulum? The first one is called as cisternae, right? The second is vesicles, and third is tubules, right? So these are the three components: cisternae, vesicles, and tubules. What are these? Cisternae are unbranched, flattened, sac-like structures arranged in stack pile. What is stack pile, right? So if you are placing one coin above the other, if you keep on placing one coin above the other, then you will get a stack pile of coins. Similarly, cisternae are unbranched. Those are not branched, and those are flat structures which are arranged in stack pile. So say this is one cisternae, right? So it is flat, unbranched structure, right? Say this is the other cisternae, right? I am drawing one more cisternae. Here is one more cisternae, right? So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So cisternae are flat sac-like structures which are arranged in stack pile, right? This cisternae, on the cisternae there can be the presence of ribosomes, right? This you will study when you will study the types of ER, right? Then second is vesicles. Vesicles are oval membrane bound structures, right? Those are oval membrane bound structures, right? So those are nothing but oval membrane bound structures. And tubules. Tubules are branched tube like structures, right? Those are branched tube like structures, right? Those are branched structures and tube like structures bounded by membranes. So all the compartments or all the components are always bounded by membrane because ER is a membrane bound organelle, right? So say this is a tube, right? We know what is a tube. Arising from this tube is, say, one more tube, right? Arising from this tube is, say, one more tube. From this tube is also arising one more tube, right? So these are the tubes and these tubes are branched, right? So tubules are branched, cisternae are unbranched. These are the three important components of endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum, it is nothing. This organelle is itself made up of network of membranes. It is called as system of membranes, right? ER gives rise to Golgi body and vacuoles, and it divides the cytoplasm, the intracellular space, into two compartments, intraluminal and extraluminal compartment. Three components: cisternae, vesicles and tubules. You will understand it, right? This connects nuclear membrane with the plasma membrane. How we are going to see it right now, right? Once we draw the diagram of endoplasmic reticulum. So see, this is a cell. I am drawing one large cell. I am drawing one large eukaryotic animal cell, right? So this is a eukaryotic animal cell. In the center, there is nucleus. We know nucleus is made up of inner and outer membrane, and there are pores, right? So say this is the inner and outer membranes of the nucleus. And at places, these nuclear membranes are connected with each other to form the nuclear pores, right? So this is the inner and outer membranes of the nucleus. Now the outer membrane of the nucleus undergoes evagination. Evagination means extending outside. So say this membrane is undergoing evagination, which means it is undergoing evagination, and from this is going to arise the endoplasmic reticulum. So say there are cisternae. So these are the cisternae of endoplasmic reticulum, right? Again, this is the third cisternae. Again, this is the fourth cisternae. Again, this is the, right? So it is never fixed how many cisternae are present in the endoplasmic reticulum. And finally, it is getting connected with the plasma membrane. So it is said that ER connects nuclear membrane with the plasma membrane. All these structures are cisternae, right? On the side of the cisternae, there can be the presence of vesicles. So vesicles are the oval structures which will be present on the either side of the cisternae, and there will also be tube-like structures, that is the tubules. So say these are the tubules which are present on the either side, right? So these are the tubules. So this is endoplasmic reticulum. I am drawing one more endoplasmic reticulum. Say from here also is arising. right? So these are the two endoplasmic reticulums. So are you getting it? Because it is made up of membranes. These are membranes, nothing but membranes. So within it there will be lumen, a space. So that is why we say that it is dividing the intracellular space into two compartments. One is intracellular, which means all these spaces which are present within the lumen, and one is extracellular, where other organelles are present. Now this endoplasmic reticulum is of two types, right? So endoplasmic reticulum are of two types. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and second is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, right? So rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. R is for rough, and it is said as rough because on its surface ATS type of ribosomes are present, right? ATS type of, and R is for rough and R is for ribosomes. So ATS type of ribosomes are present. Say we are taking this, right? And if on its surface, if we are drawing the ribosomes, right? So if on its surface we are drawing the ribosomes, right? So these are the ribosomes which are present on its surface, right? Then this type of endoplasmic reticulum is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. And if ribosomes are not present, say over here, then it is called as smooth ER. We are going to study the difference between rough ER and smooth ER. So there are two types of ER. Rough because on its surface the ribosomes are present, and we are talking of eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells does not have endoplasmic reticulum itself, right? So where is endoplasmic reticulum present? Endoplasmic reticulum is seen in eukaryotic cells, except mammalian RBCs. Prokaryotic cells lack ER. So in eukaryotic cells only ER is present. Prokaryotic cells does not have ER, and in eukaryotic cells also the mammalian red blood cells do not have endoplasmic reticulum. Very important. It is absent in eukaryotic mammalian red blood cells. So we know eukaryotic ribosomes are ATS type. So which type of ribosomes will be present on ER? ATS type. 70S type of ribosomes are only present in prokaryotic cells. We have to study about the types of endoplasmic reticulum, right? So which are the types of endoplasmic reticulum? So we know that there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. First is rough ER and second is smooth ER. What are the differentiating features, right? So first let me draw its diagram. Say these are the endoplasmic reticulums, these are the cisternae, right? Right? So if on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum, if ribosomes are present, right, such ER is called as rough ER. So ATS type of ribosomes are attached to the surface of ER by, how is it attached to the surface of ER? By glycoproteins. And which are those glycoproteins? The glycoproteins are ribofourin 1 and ribofourin 2. Right? So this ribosomes are attached to the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum. But how? If we want to attach something, if I want to attach this pen with this, I need some sticky material. So what is helping in the attachment? Those are glycoproteins. Which are those glycoproteins? Ribofourin 1 and ribofourin 2. So rough ER will have ribosomes. And which type of ribosomes? ATS type of ribosomes. Smooth ER will lack ribosomes. Ribosomes are not present on its surface. This rough ER is mainly made of cisternae and vesicles, and smooth ER is mainly made of tubules and vesicles. Mainly tubules and vesicles are present in smooth ER, and cisternae and vesicles are mainly present in rough ER. Where are this rough ER present? What is the function of rough ER? The function is protein synthesis. Right? So what is the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum? Synthesis of proteins. And what is the function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum? Lipid. What is lipid? Lipid means fat. Lipid synthesis. Right? That is the function of smooth ER. Rough ER, protein synthesis. Smooth ER, lipid synthesis. So examples where the rough ER are present. Right? So cells actively involved in protein synthesis. Right? So wherever there is work of any organelle, that organelle will be present in more amount over that place only. Right? If any cell has to synthesize more lipids, what is the need of rough ER? And if any cell has to synthesize more amount of proteins, then what is the need of smooth ER? So the cells which have to actively synthesize more amount of proteins, there only rough ER will be present in more amount. Which are those cells? The cells of liver, pancreas. Right? So liver and pancreas cells have to synthesize lots of proteins, and that is why these cells have more rough ER. And where is smooth ER present in more amount? Cells actively involved in lipid synthesis. Which are the examples of those cells? Then those cells are the cells of adrenal glands. Adrenal glands have to secrete steroidal hormones, and steroidal hormones are made up of nothing but the lipids. Then the cells of ovaries, cells of testes. Right? These are the cells which have to produce hormones. Which type? Steroidal. Steroidal hormones have a large amount of lipids within it. So those cells have more amount of smooth ER. So two types of ER. Rough have ATS type of ribosome. Smooth does not have. Rough is made up of cisternae and vesicles. Smooth made up of tubules and vesicles. Function of rough ER is protein synthesis. Function of smooth ER is lipid synthesis. And Examples are the cells of liver and pancreas. The examples of cells are adrenal glands, ovaries and testes. Right? So this is the differentiating feature. Now there are some of the modifications of endoplasmic reticulum which you have to study. Right? So there are different forms of endoplasmic reticulum that is called as modifications of ER. What are those modifications of ER? Modifications. Right? The first modification is sarcoplasmic reticulum. What is sarcoplasmic reticulum? Sarcoplasmic reticulum is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It is nothing but smooth endoplasmic reticulum present in muscle cells. Which type of muscle cells? Skeletal muscle cells and cardiac muscle cells. This sarcoplasmic reticulum is the reservoir of calcium ions. Very important, right? Sarcoplasmic reticulum is nothing but it is smooth ER only, which is present in muscle cells, skeletal muscle cells. So if smooth ER is present in skeletal muscle cells and cardiac muscle cells, we call it sarcoplasmic reticulum. Function of it is a reservoir. It is a storage house of calcium ions, right? Second modification is ergastoplasm. Ergastoplasm is nothing but a small piece of cisternae studded with ribosomes. Right? So see, if this is a small piece of cisternae, small piece of a single cisternae, and if it is studded with ribosomes, right, then that structure is called as ergastoplasm. The ergastoplasm which is present in the nerve cells is called as Nissls bodies. If you have studied the structure of neurons, you know that nerve cells cytoplasm have this Nissls bodies or Nissls granules. Those are nothing but ergastoplasm, and ergastoplasm is nothing but a small piece of cisternae which is studded with ATS type of ribosomes. It is a single cisternae which is present. Then the third modification is myeloid bodies. Myeloid bodies are nothing but smooth ER present in the epithelial cells of retina. Right? If the retina present in eye, the epithelial cells of retina is also having smooth ER. That smooth ER is called as myeloid body. So these are the modifications of the endoplasmic reticulum. Sarcoplasmic reticulum present in skeletal muscles and cardiac muscles, reservoir of calcium ion. Ergastoplasm, a single piece of flat cisternae studded with ribosomes. Nissls bodies are nothing but ergastoplasm present in the nerve cells, right? Nerve cells will have Nissls body. And myeloid bodies are nothing but smooth ER present in the epithelial cells of retina. So these are the modifications of endoplasmic reticulum. Finally, you have to learn about the functions, overall functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Which are the functions of endoplasmic reticulum? Functions. The first function is it is providing endoskeleton. Right? What is skeleton? Skeleton is something which gives strength and support. Say for example bones. Bones are our skeleton because of which we are able to stand erect, our body is in shape. Similarly, endoplasmic reticulum is functioning to give shape and mechanical strength to the cell. Right? It gives shape, support and strength to cells. That is why it is endoskeleton. The second function is intracellular transport. Right? So we know that endoplasmic reticulum is nothing but you can say those are the small streets which are connected with each other. Right? So if you want to transport one thing from one part of the cell to other part of the cell, endoplasmic reticulum will help. Right? Then rough ER is involved in protein synthesis. Smooth ER is involved in lipid synthesis. Then the other function of ER is detoxification of drugs. This detoxification of the drugs is done by smooth ER present in liver cells. There is an enzyme called as cytochrome P450. This cytochrome P450 is involved in detoxification. Detoxification of the drugs is done by the enzyme cytochrome P450 present in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum of the liver cells. Then the next function is it gives rise to Golgi body and vacuole. So these are the important functions of endoplasmic reticulum. With this we have detailed study. We have made a detailed study of all the parts of endoplasmic reticulum, its components, its types, its structure, its functions and its modification. So now we have to study the second organelle of the endomembrane system, that is Golgi body.